Hello everyone, today I'm gonna show you guys how to make quiche Lorraine. This recipe is meant for 2 quiches with a diameter of around 40 centimeters. First we're gonna make the crust, and for that you need 500 grams of flour, 200 grams of water, 2 eggs, 100 grams of butter, 15 grams of salt, 10 grams of sugar and 7 grams of dried yeast. You wanna make a pit in the flour and add the water, dried yeast and the eggs. First mix the water, eggs and yeast and then add your flour simultaneously and keep mixing. Once your flour is mixed a bit, then you can add the rest. From now on you wanna knead it till you have a nice dough. As you can see, the dough becomes a bit sticky, so that has to do with the water-flour ratio. So if you leave it a bit, if you knead it a bit, then it will be okay. At the end of it you can make a small ball of your dough and then wrap it into a towel. Let this rest for 15 minutes. As I said before, this recipe is meant for 2 big quiches with a diameter of around 40 centimeters. But what I'm gonna do is make 1 big one and 4 small ones. Because the dough is quite sticky, you will need some extra flour to roll it properly. And as you can guess, now start rolling your dough and make it around 2-3 centimeters thick. Try not to stretch the dough too much and be patient. Put the dough into your baking mold. You can cover the molds with some oil if you want, but that's not necessary. If you want to cut your quiche straight out of molds, then oiling is not necessary, of course. A very important step is to press the dough against the border of your mold. With my right hand I lift up the dough, and with my left hand I press and rotate the mold. With the rolling pin you can remove the excess amount of dough. And now it's recommended to press the border once again. Many tutorials show that you have to pre-bake your dough, which isn't really necessary in my opinion. I will prove to you that it isn't really necessary. However, if you really want to do it, on this clip you can see how it's done. You put in the baking paper and then put something heavy in there. And then bake for 10 minutes on 200 centigrade. So now we're gonna make the filling. For that you need 500 grams of bacon. I personally chose salted bacon, because then you don't need to add extra salt. You will also need 200 grams of onion, 400 milliliters of cream, 400 milliliters of milk, 6 eggs, 300 grams of Emmental cheese, 200 grams of Parmesan cheese, and optionally black pepper. So first you wanna bake the onions. I used butter for that. And after that you also wanna bake the bacon. For the next step you want to take a separate bowl, mix the eggs and add the cream and milk and then mix again. So now you want to take your base and put the onions and bacon at the bottom of it. Then I like to put the Parmesan and the Emmental cheese on it. So now add your egg mixture and fill it till you reach like half a centimeter of the border. And now you can add some more onions and bacon and top it off with the rest of the cheese. Like I said before, I also made small ones. As you can see, I didn't pre-bake the crust. And I must say it resulted in a way cleaner looking quiche. You wanna bake this during 30-35 minutes on 220 centigrades. And now you have the option to take it out of the mold or just leave it in there and cut it in the mold.